All right, you degenerates, welcome back to the deep dive.
Back for more punishment.
You know it. This time, we're going to wade into some serious academic bullshit, see if we can pull out any goddamn pearls of wisdom.
Sounds like my kind of party.
And trust me, this one's a doozy. Our target today is UCL.
UCL?
Yeah, that university everyone pretends to know about.
Yeah.
Turns out one of our listeners wants the goddamn dirt on this supposed academic paradise. So we're going to give it to him.
Straight from the source, I presume.
You know it. Our source. Fucking Wikipedia, baby.
Wikipedia. You're kidding, right?
Nope, deadly serious. Wikipedia is like the internet's drunk uncle full of shit, but occasionally spills some juicy gossip.
Can't argue with that logic. So what kind of dirt did we dig up on UCL?
Well, first off, this place is old as fuck. Established in 1826.
1826. Damn, that's older than Queen Victoria's granny panties.
Exactly. But get this. They were rebels from the start. Back then, if you wanted a proper education in England, you went to Oxford or Cambridge. All stuffy and religious and shit. But UCL, they said, fuck that noise. They wanted to create a space where people from different religious backgrounds could learn together without all the goddamn dogma.
They were basically the punk rock kids of academia, pissing off the establishment.
And it worked. They even got called godless scum by their rivals at King's College London.
Godless scum. That's fucking awesome. What did King's College have against them?
I think they were just pissed off that UCL was stealing all the cool kids. But hey, UCL's secular approach was groundbreaking. It meant they were open to new ideas, new ways of thinking, didn't have to answer to some higher power. Which, let's be honest, can be a real cockblock when it comes to pushing boundaries.
True that. So basically, UCL attracted the free thinkers, the rebels, the ones who weren't afraid to question everything. No wonder they produced some seriously bright minds.
Speaking of bright minds, let's talk about some of the shit they achieved. Wikipedia claims they had a fuckload of firsts. For instance, they had the first English professor in England.
Seriously. Sounds kind of obvious, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, back then, universities were all about Latin and Greek, the classics. But UCL's like, fuck that. English is a language worth studying, too.
Ah, interesting.
Oh, and they also had the first geography professor in Britain. They were all about pushing into new academic territories. So they were basically changing the goddamn game.
Yeah.
What else did they pioneer? Spill the tea?
Well, how about this? They started admitting women to their degree programs before most other universities.
So they were woke before woke was a thing.
Pretty much.
Color me impressed.
Yeah.
But let's cut the crap. All this progressive bullshit is great and all, but did they actually achieve anything? Did they discover anything cool, invent something useful? Or did they just sit around stroking their academic egos?
Oh, they achieved some serious shit. We're talking discoveries that changed the goddamn world. For starters, 5 of the noble gases were discovered by UCL academics.
Noble gases?
Yeah.
Things that make balloons float and voices sound funny?
That's one way to put it. But it's way more than party tricks, my friend. Noble gases revolutionized our understanding of the universe, of chemistry, of the very elements that make up everything around us.
Shit, that's actually pretty impressive. What else? Don't hold back now.
All right, how about this? The invention of the vacuum tube, without which we wouldn't have modern electronics. No smartphones, no computers, no goddamn internet.
Holy shit. So we basically owe UCL a thank you for all our modern day distractions. Who knew those dusty old academics were responsible for the digital hellscape we live in?
It's all connected.
This is getting good. What else you got?
And we're just scratching the surface. They've also made huge contributions to statistics, engineering, medicine, you name it. They didn't just sit around theorizing. They were applying their knowledge to solve real-world problems.
Right, color me impressed. These motherfuckers were the real deal. But let's be honest, no university gets this big without stepping on a few toes. Tell me they weren't all sunshine and roses.
Oh, they definitely had their share of drama and controversy. They weren't afraid to ruffle some feathers, especially when it came to expanding their influence. Remember those mergers I mentioned?
Yeah.
Well, they got on a fucking shopping spree, gobbling up smaller institutions like they were going out of style.
Wait, are you telling me they were like the academic equivalent of a goddamn black hole swallowing everything in their path?
Ruthless, maybe, but also strategic. Each merger was carefully calculated to strengthen their research capabilities, expand into new fields, and basically become the academic powerhouse they are today.
So they were playing the long game, building an empire, one merger at a time. I can't believe we're getting all this juicy gossip from Wikipedia. What kind of institutions did they gobble up? spill the beans.
Well, for starters, they swallowed up the Institute of Ophthalmology, the Institute of Neurology, the Royal Free Hospital Medical School. They even absorbed the Eastman Dental Institute.
Wait, they swallowed a dental school. Are they planning to start offering teeth whitening services next? What the fuck is going on here?
Don't underestimate the power of good dental research. It's more than just cleaning your teeth, you know? Think implants, biomaterials, all that cutting-edge stuff.
All right, I get it. But seriously, how big is this UCL monster now? They must have a campus the size of a small country.
Well, their main campus is in Bloomsbury, which is prime real estate in London. But they've also got this shiny new campus in the Olympic Park called UCL East.
Ah, yes, the land of broken dreams and overpriced coffee.
Cynical as always. But think about it. That new campus is a statement. It's UCL flexing its muscles, saying, we're not just some stuffy old institution. We're part of the future.
Yeah, and it's a hell of a lot closer to Westfield Shopping Center. Priorities, people. But let's not forget about the students, the poor bastards who actually have to navigate this academic labyrinth. What's the deal with student life at UCL? Is it all work and no play?
Don't be an asshat. These kids know how to let loose. We're talking over 250 clubs and societies, everything from sports to debating to, hell, even a film society that once counted Christopher Nolan as a member.
Wait, the dude who directed Inception was a UCL student.
You got it.
Maybe there's hope for me yet. But yeah, UCL has always attracted a diverse and talented bunch. And let's not forget their infamous rivalry with King's College London.
Oh yeah, the godless scum versus the Strand Polytechnic. It sounds like a clash of the titans.
More like a clash of egos, really. But it makes for some great stories. They used to have these epic pranks and battles, even stealing each other's mascots.
Now that's what I call school spirit.
But let's be real, isn't that all a bit childish?
Maybe. But there's also a serious side to student life at UCL. These kids are passionate about making a difference in the world. They've got a long history of activism, and they're not afraid to speak truth to power.
All right, that's all we have time for in part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll delve deeper into this shit and see if UCL still got the balls to live up to its reputation. Don't go anywhere, you magnificent bastards. We'll be right back after a quick piss break.
So those UCL students, huh?
Yeah, you were saying they're a bunch of activists.
Oh, they're not just whiny brats complaining about the cafeteria food, that's for sure. These kids are organized, they're strategic, and they know how to make a goddamn difference.
Give us some examples. What have they actually pulled off?
Remember those ridiculous housing fees we were talking about?
Yeah.
A few years back, they staged a massive rent strike to protest those fees. And guess what? They actually forced the university to back down. Lowered the damn prices.
No shit. They brought the university to its knees over rent. Those kids have balls.
They're not afraid to fight for what they believe in, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop there. They've also been instrumental in pushing the university to divest from fossil fuels. They organized rallies, bombarded the administration with emails, basically shamed them into doing the right thing.
So they're eco-warriors too. Damn, these kids are making me look bad. I haven't done shit for the planet besides recycle a beer can once.
Hey, we all contribute in our own way. But the point is, these students are proof that you don't need a PhD to make a difference. They're using their voices, their energy, their collective power to hold institutions accountable and push for change.
All right, I get it. They're the future. They're going to save the world, blah, blah, blah. But let's be real. Student activism is only one small part of the UCL story. What about the academics themselves? Are they still churning out groundbreaking research? Or are they just coasting on their reputation?
Oh, they're still at the top of their game, no doubt about it. UCL is consistently ranked among the top universities in the world. And their research output is fucking insane.
So these motherfuckers are actually producing some useful knowledge, not just churning out more pretentious asshats with useless degrees.
They're not just filling up libraries with dusty old books, that's for sure. We're talking groundbreaking research in fields like nanotechnology, neuroscience, even the legacies of slavery. They've got partnerships with major institutions and companies all over the world.
Well, shit. They're like the Avengers of academia. So what kind of world-changing inventions have they come up with lately?
Their patent portfolio is bigger than my student loan debt, and they're not afraid to commercialize the research either. They've got this whole spin-off company thing going on, turning their academic breakthroughs into actual products and services.
Wait, so they're making money off of all this brain power? Capitalism at its finest.
Someone's got to pay for all those labs and equipment, but it's not all about profit either. UCL is also committed to open access publishing. which means they make a lot of their research freely available to anyone in the world.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Sharing knowledge instead of hoarding it like some greedy goblins. I'm starting to see why UCL has such a solid reputation. But let's be real, no university is perfect. Surely they've got some skeletons in their closet, right?
Every institution has its dark side, and UCL is no exception. They've had their fair share of scandals and controversies over the years.
Ooh, juicy gossip time. What kind of scandals are we talking about?
Well, a few years back, there were some pretty serious allegations of sexual harassment within the university. It made headlines, sparked protests, and forced the administration to take a long, hard look at their policies and procedures.
Yeah, that's some fucked up shit. But at least they took action, right? They didn't sweep it under the rug like some other institutions might have done.
They've been working to improve their policies and procedures. They've even implemented a ban on romantic relationships between staff and students.
Well, that's a start, I guess. But let's not forget about their involvement in that whole eugenics movement back in the day. That's some seriously dark shit.
It's true, UCL played a role in the eugenics movement, which, looking back, was a horrific chapter in scientific history. They've acknowledged that part of their past, apologized for it, and have taken steps to address the harmful legacy of those ideas.
So they're trying to make amends. It's a good thing they're not still sterilizing people with low IQs, I guess.
Yeah.
But hey, everyone makes mistakes, right? Even brilliant minds can get caught up in some seriously fucked up ideologies.
The important thing is they're learning from their mistakes and trying to do better. They've renamed buildings and lecture halls that were associated with prominent eugenicists, and they're actively working to promote diversity and inclusion within the university.
All right, I can respect that. It's not about erasing the past, it's about acknowledging it and learning from it. So where does all this leave us? What's the final verdict on UCL?
It's a complex institution with a lot of contradictions. They've got a brilliant track record in research and innovation, but they've also made some serious missteps along the way.
Sounds like real life to me. No one's perfect, Ruff. But hey, at least they're trying to do better. And let's not forget about those badass student activists, shaking things up and demanding change.
Exactly, and that's what makes UCL so fascinating. It's a microcosm of the world we live in, with all its complexities, its challenges, and its potential for progress.
Damn, that's almost inspirational. I might even consider applying there myself. Who am I kidding? I'd rather just drink beer and talk shit about them.
That's probably for the best.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. Rebellious origins, academic achievements, controversial moments, and their relentless expansion. But let's talk about those mergers and acquisitions for a second. It's not every day a university's gobbling up other institutions like some kind of academic Pac-Man.
It's a fascinating strategy. It speaks to UCL's ambition. They want to be a comprehensive institution. You know, they've got their fingers in so many pies. Medicine, engineering, the arts, humanities. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, like they're trying to create a one-stop shop for knowledge. What were the most significant mergers? How did they shape UCL into the behemoth it is today?
Well, merging with the Institute of Ophthalmology back in '95 was huge. It brought together some of the world's leading eye researchers, clinicians, cemented UCL's position at the top.
So they basically cornered the market on eye research. Clever bastards. What about the Institute of Neurology? What did they bring to the party?
The Institute of Neurology was another game changer, brought expertise in neuroscience, neurology, neurosurgery, helped establish UCL as a world leader in brain research.
Damn heavy shit. They're not just tinkering around in labs. They're trying to solve some of the world's most pressing medical problems. I'm starting to feel a grudging respect for these guys.
And let's not forget about the Royal Free Hospital Medical School. That merger, which happened in '98, brought a huge influx of medical students, researchers, and clinical facilities, made UCL one of the largest medical schools in Europe.
Okay, so they're basically a medical megacenter now. But what about the humanities? Did they give any love to the artsy-fartsy stuff too?
They haven't neglected the humanities, don't worry. They've incorporated institutes and departments focusing on everything, history and philosophy to literature and linguistics. They even have a world-renowned school of architecture, despite that Carbuncle Cup incident you mentioned earlier.
Oh yeah, the ugly-ass building. Even geniuses can fuck up sometimes, I guess. But hey, at least they're not afraid to take risks. So we've talked about UCL's history, achievements, controversies, and expansion. But what about the future? What's next for this academic juggernaut? Are they going to continue swallowing up institutions? World domination?
World domination might be a bit of a stretch, but they're definitely aiming for the stars. They're investing heavily in cutting-edge research. AI, synthetic biology, quantum computing, expanding their global reach too, forging partnerships with institutions on every continent.
So they're not content with being a top university. They want to be the top university, the global leader in everything.
Yeah.
Brain surgery to space exploration. Ambitious bastards.
They've always been ambitious. It's in their DNA. Remember, these are the descendants of the godless scum, the rebels who dare to challenge the status quo.
Damn, that's a pretty badass legacy. What's the takeaway? What should our listener remember about UCL?
UCL is a force to be reckoned with. A complex, multifaceted institution with a rich history, a commitment to excellence, and a willingness to push boundaries. They've made mistakes, but they're learning and evolving. Who knows what amazing things they'll achieve in the years to come.
Well said. It sounds like they're a university worth keeping an eye on.
Yeah.
Even if you're not planning on enrolling anytime soon. Now, before we sign off, I want to leave our listener with a little challenge. Yeah, like an invitation to explore. I think our listeners should take a closer look at UCL's research. Find something that piques their interest. Could be anything. A breakthrough in cancer treatment, a new understanding of the brain, a revolutionary approach to sustainable energy. Dive into the details, see what these brilliant minds are up to.
I like it. Go beyond the headlines and the gossip. Really appreciate the depth and breadth of UCL's contributions to the world.
Exactly. So there you have it, folks. UCL. More than just a university, it's a goddamn microcosm of human ingenuity, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. And with that, we're signing off. Stay curious, you beautiful bastards, and never stop questioning the world around you.